At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance. We are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibraville. Beautiful Sunday night. Hope you guys are doing well. Hopefully you guys are in the right place right now and you are enjoying these pumps because, man, it has been a while. It feels like since last March we've had a day like this, a couple days like this, actually. And I'm loving it, guys. I can't believe Bitcoin's actually at 80K right now. I don't know why I'm in the favorites over here. Let's just go to the chart. Bitcoin 81.4. That's crazy. I really thought this was going to top off around 78-ish, and 85s was my prediction for like this local top. But man, people had more money on the sidelines than anticipated. It's the only thing I could think of is people truly were waiting to see what was going to happen. And you know us here, I had a good feeling Trump was going to win by a heavy margin. Only thing I was worried about was if they literally stole the election, because we were hearing so much about that. If whatever side loses, it's going to be it. They're going to just burn the house down and create all this chaos. And look at that. The other party's broke. Trump's going to help them out. Everyone's good. And now Bitcoin can rise. The higher it goes, guys, this is the bonus right here. It really is. You know, Bitcoin dominance is topping off. I mean, it could be today, tomorrow. I mean, I would be shocked if Bitcoin just keeps pulling away from the market. I mean, ETH's already closing the gap. But, man, the higher it goes, the more explosive are also going to run. And no one knows how this is going to play out. You know, we could have a bull market for the next 3 months, 6 months. But my thing is I'm paying attention to the stock market. I'm looking at the S&P. You know, I'm not liking this right here already. You know, I want to see tomorrow, if we open, oh no, the stock markets aren't even open tomorrow, are they? I don't think banks are closed. I think stock markets are closed tomorrow. So we might not open up till Tuesday. I don't know, but I'm keeping my eye out on the stock market. If we start to roll over, I think that's it for Bitcoin. We keep going up. I think Bitcoin follows it. We're too tied to the stock market right now. We're too correlated. We haven't seen times where the stock market's dumping and Bitcoin's running. So till that happens, we're going to just keep following trend. But guys, this is incredible. I mean, it really is. 81,005. What was the high up here? Officially 81.7. So we could make a new high right now. I'm loving it. We're here for the ride now. This is it. This is the exciting time. I mean, Alliance block. Look at that. The one coin I was worried about when they got hacked for the second time. It just rolled over 2 times. I bought at, I think around, it was definitely sub penny maybe. I know it was maybe down here too. I don't know. It was down in the dumps at the bottom where I never thought it could be. So I threw another couple $100 in and like tripled my bag from where it was. I want to say Alliance block was like $1 at some point before they did the airdrop. Everything bad happened. But look at it now. It's the biggest winner on my list right now. Funny how that works. The coins you're the most worried about and ready to dump and get out when it gets real bad. It's the perfect time when you inverse trade your emotions. When you get that, oh my God, this coin, it's about to crash. It's about to go to zero. At that point, if you could throw another $100 in, say you bought $1,000 worth, it's down 98%. Would you rather know I went down with 1,100 with a huge bag, or I didn't add that extra $100, tripling my bag, and if the coin comes back, the amount of profit that you miss out on? That right there is the key to success. One thing that I did not do last cycle is when stuff was at the bottom, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to cut my losses and move on. But now you know when you're getting that feeling double down and ride it out. Because if you've identified a coin right now, people have been talking about it. It's alive. I mean, it's typically projects honestly fund themselves. And you see multiple reasons. Whales could be funding the project and driving the price down. I mean, so much crazy stuff happens in crypto. You got to be ready for anything. And it's at the point now where there's not much we haven't seen. So nothing really rattles you when you're here for 5+ years. Now we're coming into this bull market with our bags packed and just sitting here waiting. It's not like last cycle where we were rushing around and we were looking for the newest plays. All right, what are we getting? The pick of the week this week. Now it's like, okay, if you have some money, what's the most suppressed? What in my portfolio is down the most? Where should I add to? It's a complete different way of thinking. And I really think this cycle, we're going to see the fruits of our labor really, really pay out. Morpheus, let's go. We have 15 hours to go and we are done. Almost to 22 billion per winner. So a couple more people come in at the last minute. And I don't know if whales are driving the price up right now to the point where it makes it almost profitable to mint versus so you're not getting crushed. Because when the price was down 50% from where it was yesterday, why would you mint? You know, you're going to go and just market buy. But now at this point, with double the price, you're almost closing that gap and you can make sense of some last minute lottery tickets. So that is incredible. The buy and burn, 1.14 million. Love it. And that's on a huge dip right now. So Viper, keep your eye on this. I was really thinking about this today because I was in Volt early on day 2 and 3 and watched how that played out. And Viper here, I got in day 1, but there was like 700 people that got in on day 1, right? So on day 1, day 2, day 3, we're all still fighting for the same amount of Viper. But versus day 1, where there were 700 people in here and total amount of Dragon X now is 313 billion. Today, it's only 44 billion. So, you know, there was 270 in here over 2 days. There was 3 times as much that people did on day 1 and day 2. So now coming in day 3 here, if there's not as many people that come in, we're going to get more Viper. So I could technically today maybe spend 25 million less Dragon X than I did day 1 and still get more Viper in return. So I'm hoping people don't understand how this works. I actually overslept this morning, so I missed day 2. I was pissed, but I'm actually happy that I missed it now because looking at the stats and understanding how Volt worked, and we're all still fighting for the same amount that came out day 1. You know, just day 1, there was 100 million that came out. Day 2, 100 million. Day 3, 100 million. So I think I might actually have made out. But don't tell anyone that we're minting Viper right now. Tell everyone there, oh, no, too late. It's too late. Don't even do it anymore. So that's the alpha right there on Viper. Day 3 might be the most profitable day, believe it or not. Shout out Steve. He is an absolute legend. PulseChain. Let's go. It's about time. Alien leading the way, 21.75%. Shout out Goo God. If you don't know about Alien right now, man, this is PTGC's baby Nephilim. And look at that. Look at that little candle right there. Boom. The print. And this is just the beginning. If you understand PTGC and you look at the liquidity bonding with Alien, man, it's getting exciting. What the hell? Oh, I thought that was the close out the chart. That's funny. Hex up 14%. I know I got my party stake somewhere. I need to figure out how to get my NFT unstaked here because I got I can't get it. Where is it here? No, PRC staking right here. my Pantheon. It's staked, but I have like the old site, and it won't. I don't have anything here in the staking. Like I'm connected, but there's nothing here. So there's like a way you got to do it or unstake it. So I'm not sure. I reached out to Hodlnomics I put comment on one of his tweets, but if anyone knows or did this, let me know, because I don't want to lose my Pantheon. These things are going to be valuable. They pay you back, like Teddy, Pete I think, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, if anyone knows, hit me up on that. Yeah, got Jay said exactly, bro. I'm curious to see, because I missed day 2. So today's day 3. If you did day 2 yesterday, I'm curious to see on day 3. I know, bro, you're gonna get more just looking at this right here, because there was 275 275 in here about in the first 2 days. So that's like 138, 137 and a half on average per day. We're at a quarter of that right now. So we should be getting I really got to think. I'm going to make sure tomorrow that I'm up early so I can see this. Because if we're only at like 200, 250 people, and this is at like 60 billion, that's half of what it was the first 2 days. So I think we're going to still get rewarded, but we'll see. 11 hours to go. That's the alpha. Let's check the hub right now. Let's refresh it. Titan X up 2%. Ouch. Dragon X bleeding. Hyper doing all right. Volt, let's go. I got my Volt. I'm happy with it. The Nexus wheel's going. Lotus 3 sets. That's all right. This was I knew this was coming. The amount that was coming out. I thought it was going to like a penny. If it doesn't, that's just a bonus. I cut my losses. I swapped my Lotus as soon as I claimed all my miners back to Dragon X and cut the loss to where the long-term miners are going to make it profitable. So I'm not worried about it. What the hell is going on here? All right. Man, I keep thinking that that's the close out the chart button, but it's freaking Twitter. Stop doing that. Look. Awesome X Flux. Yeah, man, Morpheus is just sticking out. Blaze up 20%. X28. I did not do. I market bought a little bit, but got out of it. If you understand it, it's basically just it's a peg to Titan X. So it's going to help get liquidity to other chains. So say you're on Optimism and got a great project, you want to tie into Titan X, you do it through X28 on that chain. Same thing. Create a liquidity pair over there with it. So now Titan X kind of spreads its tentacles out to these other ecosystems. But man, PulseChain, guys, could you imagine? I've been saying this, that there's something brewing with Richard Hart and Donnie Jr. here. Remember that this was, I think, last summer. Well, it was July. Okay, July 28th this summer. Sami, HV, Justin, Donald Trump Jr. follows Richard Hart. Months ago, Trump Jr.'s account was hacked, stating that Trump would be burning down the SEC while supporting Richard Hart when elected. Today, that very same account started following Goat Hart on X. As Trump would put it, this is huge. Stop baiting PulseChain. And then also Richard, back in the day, November 2nd, back in the day, last week, nothing gets people to turn out to vote like murder their pets. Please vote for Donald Trump right now. He'll make a positive impact on the economy and your freedom. I don't remember him saying anything in 2020 about voting. He's only president in history committed to protecting and enhancing your crypto. So I think there's something here. And what was it? Charles Hoskinson just got right here. Yeah. Charles Hoskinson to shape U.S. crypto policy. You think if Charles Hoskinson is going to help here, you don't think when they ask him who are the smartest people in crypto, you don't think he's going to, I have to say, Richard Hart. I mean, especially if Trump's in there. Yeah, Elon, reached out to Richard or knows about Richard. So, guys, this is going to be awesome. Could you imagine Richard and Charles teaming up? Like, that would be epic. And Elon, Trump Jr., Baron the Nephilim, get him in there too for the next generation. I mean, look at Alex Becker. He's so bullish. He's not even bearish on Cardano at this point. Now, this is incredible. Like, something's brewing. Something's brewing with Richard here. I really think so. I don't think the follow is by accident. Richard's going to beat the SEC. And you heard Rackham. If you guys weren't paying attention or didn't hear or see the obscure crypto gems video or been in any of the spaces, Rackham's back, and he's under the impression Richard is not going to settle. He is going to fight this case. He wants to win. So if that's the case, and Richard has the dream team of attorneys, I don't see this not going his way, guys. I think we're setting up for something absolutely incredible. I was hoping this wasn't going to happen, and we were going to see an XRP effect with the SEC lawsuit lingering, the Uniswap problem. I mean, friends of mine were worried. The guys that I got in years ago into Hex and the PulseChain sacrifice, once they went to Uniswap and they couldn't buy Hex, they started to worry, and they saw the headlines, the lawsuit, and that's how I know these are little mini bottom signals. When people that were perfectly fine 6 months ago are now calling me out of the blue worried, that's when I buy more. And I know, all right, this has got to be close to the bottom. It has to be. That's a good way for yourself too to learn bottom signals like that. When you get super nervous about a coin, what made you nervous about that? What did you see? Was it an article? Was it a YouTube video you saw? Something stuck out that you remembered. And it's crazy how that works. So you really need to inverse trade your emotions, find bottom signals. Luckily, I get them just from talking with a lot of different people in the space. And when the random ones call me that are supposed to be good, they're staked, they're just chilling, and they get spooked, I know something's up. So, guys, I just have a great feeling about Pulse. I really do. I think there's something special happening here. I mean, when Richard, if he can come back and make his entrance back to streaming after beating the SEC, like, everyone in crypto is going to be cheering him at that point. Like, you can't call him a scammer when he just stood up for everybody in crypto. Like, Ethereum's on the line here too, in a sense. Like, if this goes bad for Richard, this goes bad for a lot of other projects. It's not just PulseChain. It's almost all of DeFi. And I think people are starting to kind of wake up to that. Now, this bear market's lasted so long. You look into stuff, you inevitably run into things you wouldn't have seen if things are wild and euphoric, right? Like right now, when you're crazy, you're chasing the latest shit coin. It's a different world right now. I wonder what the fear and greed is right now. I'm actually curious. 79. Wow. So just like that, in like 4 or 5 days, we were bearish as hell. And now we're at almost full greed. So that means a dip is coming very, very soon. But that's all right. This is just how it works. We needed Bitcoin to break through and make a new all-time high and flip its old high that was resistance into support. So we can now not fall down and bounce around 70. Oh, we fell below 70. We wicked down, but we came right back. So now the old high is now the floor. And now we move on. But ETH, though, we want to see this just keep outperforming Bitcoin. And I think we're off to the races, guys. I think we really are. Doge is ripping. That's the signal. When Doge starts moving, retail's back. And an 80% pump in Cardano, I don't think you'll ever see that again. That'll probably be the biggest pump in Cardano's history right there. I mean, I just don't see a bigger event happening. I mean, that's the most relevant you can make Cardano now, is he's on the committee actively talking with people about crypto. Like, that's, good for Cardano. I'm not hating on those guys. I know Corey Costa is a fan over there. I don't know why I'm looking at the top 100 here. Pepe up 55%. Stellar. I mean, this is the thing now that sucks about Stellar and XRP. Like, this is why you have to be diversified. Because right now you're in Stellar, you're just like, oh my God, we're up 6, we're at 11 cents. And then you look around your other altcoins, some of the utility plays, and it's like, all right, Jasmy's up double that. Alliance Block 41%, Polytrade 30, Relio 25. it hurts. I got a decent bag of Render and Gala and I Trust Capital. I mean, Karate Combat, another event coming up in a couple days here over in Singapore or something. So another way to earn more tokens. I'm gonna talk about that tomorrow. Get a little bit closer. But guys, this is incredible right now. I'm so happy for everybody that's here, that has paid the price, that's felt the pain the last 2.5 years. Like, this is where it all comes back really fast. In crypto, you can roll over and lose 50%, lose 50%, lose 50%, but it can come back just as fast at any point. And you have to be in crypto. Like, nobody really knew except the market makers when Bitcoin was going to run, and make these big shoots up, in a day, from 75K to 82. I mean, a 7% move in Bitcoin in a day, like, that's mind blowing how much money is in there. So just in the last week alone, if you had caught this move here from 69 all the way up to 80, 82, you did hit that on leverage, man. I mean, that's a lot of money right there. But if we can just hold a new floor somewhere around like 75, that would be beautiful. 73 even, right here where we kind of got stuck. Shit, even right here at 70, I'll take that. If we make a new floor in the 70s, and we maybe, because I don't know where it was. I already saw an article. Oh, Bitcoin looks like it's ready to close the year at 58K. Like, it's so funny how fast that shit floods, or the flood flips. Well, yes, bro, I did. Because I still have my Propy. I actually sold some of it for a couple plays on base. I bridged it over there, and I got in at like a quarter. So I bought 1,000 of them or something, and sold maybe 200 of them at like close to $2 and spread it into Mr. Miggles and Crash and Blurb Finance on base. And right now, I think if I sold all three of those, I'm up like 50 Propy or something. But yeah, I did see that pump. That was epic. And I don't know why it's not. Oh man, let's see it. Propy. Oh, there it is. 185 down. Yeah, that's the thing though, bro. I had mine on base, and there was this fake arbitrage that they tempt you with, because on Uniswap on ETH it was $1.80, but on base it was $1.30. But there's no way to bridge Propy from base over to Ethereum. It's like a one-way bridge or something. But if you bridge back, it picks up the same price. And I had my 500 coins would have been like 389 on Ethereum. So it picks up that arbitrage and doesn't let you have it unless, you're a genius. You could figure out a way to bridge it back and forth without losing it. I couldn't do it, but you got to just sell these pumps. When you see a candle like that right there, you got to sell it. I mean, sorry, there it is. From 90 cents, $1 up to, it almost doubled in a day and a half. But on base, it only got up to $1.30. So I'm seeing it at 50-cent premium over here. I'm like, I'm not selling it $1.30 here and taking the loss. I'm gonna wait until they level out. And of course, now sure enough, the prices will level out. People will take it on ETH and bridge over, or sell it on ETH and go buy it over here and just take the gains. Or not, who knows? But yeah, guys, this is incredible. Viper is crushing. Morpheus is literally up 60-something%. So if you bought Morpheus, the only thing I'm worried about, though, with Morpheus is people capitulating after the raffle. But I think I heard it might be on Wednesday or Thursday, a couple days after, but it really doesn't matter because you still qualify. Even if you bought and you have your raffle tickets now and you sold all your coins, you're still qualified for it. So my thinking of people exiting at right after the mint, I don't think it's really going to happen because you still have your tickets. You could have sold at any point, but time will tell. And the stuff that's coming from Morpheus, the aggregator coming on top, that's going to be the secret sauce right there, boy. I mean, the amount of fees that could potentially make, game changing. Game changing, guys. The future is bright. When the people come together and everyone helps each other, that's what we're here for. And I really want to see Titan X and PulseChain come together. We all need to be in this together. Like it's crazy to not be in both projects. You don't have to be down and see the toxicity when everyone's complaining and moaning and groaning. You can go to a different community where people are positive and supportive, and it's pure DeFi, first principles. Everything Richard Hart talks about, it's the same thing over there. It's a shame that we're all not in this together. And shout out to Crypto, Kool-Aid, and the Pulsera guys for what they're doing and trying to bridge Titan X with PulseChain. You know, I know Rags is trying to bridge with Morpheus too. And whoever made that liquidity pool, I have a feeling more is coming. Someone put $100,000 into an LP pool for Morpheus on PulseChain, but the arbitrage got out of control. So until there's an arbot that I get why it got taken down. But the fact somebody did that and put that much money up, that just is either saying, look, we're supporting Morpheus, we got your back, or it's someone that's just splashing around, and we love to see it because someone did really well in the ecosystem. I just want to see what PDI A1A. All right, over 25 cents. Let's go. This is one of my favorite projects on PulseChain. I'll tell you why. Because all the PRC 20s, you know, I don't know which one is going to do the best. You know, if it's going to be Chainlink or Aave or Shib or UpX or Lido or Bat or Duck, Alien. I don't know what coins are going to pump the hardest. A1A gives you exposure almost to everything, kind of like Element 280 in Titan X. A1A is paired up with hundreds of PRC 20s. So the bots, there's a different price with A1A, and let's just look it up. So real quick, A1A, and look at some of the pairs. So here we go. Sonny, oh my God, I love it. He put the A1A sign in there. Let's go. I love it. See the little things, little things that matter. This was not here last time I checked. And I love it because if you've been to Florida and you know A1A, I think it goes all the way up to Maine, honestly, but I think it turns into Route 1 at some point. But all these different pools, look at, they have different price right here. See? And the volume is all bots right here that are coming through and just trading the arbitrage between them. And every time they pay a little tax. And that tax goes to the LP. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. An added 1% reflection fee. Fair launch with 60 liquidity pools burned. A1A is always growing even when no one trades the chart. So Sonny and Coach and these geniuses have figured out a way to generate volume, burn their token, and increase the liquidity, thicken the liquidity all at the same time. Now, so all these pairs, 63K in liquidity in the Pulse pair. So all the different pairs together, all the different arbitrage keeps all these bots going. And once PulseChain starts to run up, it's going to amplify all this, just like PTGC, all these PRC 20s, all the leverage plays. When PulseChain pumps, it's like a rubber band, that slingshot effect. They ebb and they flow up and down, and then they shoot up hard against Pulse, and then Pulse, they pull back. And it's back and forth, but up and to the right the entire time. Now, we've never seen anything like these before. This is the first bull run we're going into where we have these coins that are out, fully launched, full supply released, hyper deflationary, and auto LPing now. Like it just keeps evolving and progressing. And when you understand DeFi and you start to see all these different ways when you can make passive income, you know, so I just come to one of my wallets here and just look at the transactions that come through here, and it's nonstop all day, every day. I mean, I'm trying to think the last thing I did on Pulse. I think I claimed as NFT or something a couple days ago, but all day, every day, I'm just getting little bits of all these different coins, you know, 1,000 Pulse, some PulseX, Wrap Bitcoin, you know, 13 DAI, PDAI, 133 DAI, 800 Pulse, and they just come all day, every day. PTGC, more DAI, and these are all reflections from Sonny's coins. So he has A1A and B2B are the main pairs, but then he has the Meth Lab, Inc R, Hex LP, Pulse Christmas, 414R, A1AX, B2BX, Die Hard. That's the one that I went hard into this, and I caught the fallen knife the whole way down because we were on vacation when it launched. So I ended up like buying the top of this at like 70 cents. And then I DCA'd the entire way down and just unloaded at the bottom down here because I'm a big believer in Die Hard. And temporarily right now, I'm getting crushed because if I had just held some of the PTGC, that's what I did. I got in early, found it super lucky, had a lot of it. And as it went up, I started just selling little clips and adding, stacking my Alien X, stacking my Anki, top 10 bag of A1A, a top 10 holder of that project. So I spread it around and PTGC ran up super hard. So if I had just held it and waited, you know what, it could have been different, but I don't care. I had my strategy. I said, this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to take my profits and roll them into these projects that are new and suppressed and that are going to pay me forever and constant streams of passive income, where it doesn't seem like much right now. But when that 10Xs and these 89 cents now are $8, $2.90, $1.80, $1.80, when these start coming in all day, every day, now we're talking. It doesn't stop. No, and then the meth lab there, it's pegged, wrapped Ethereum is pegged 1-to-1 with PulseChain. So that every day I'm getting a couple thousand wrapped Ethereum, which is PulseChain. So I can just swap that for Pulse, and now my gas is free. I don't have to pay for gas, which on Ethereum right now, it sucks. I spent all my gas. I have like $3 left, and I'm going to have to claim my Vibra tomorrow morning. So I'm going to have to go on to Coinbase or PayPal and send some ETH over to MetaMask. It sucks. I wish I had something that just dripped ETH into my wallet. But that's PulseChain. It's levels ahead of the competition. Everything that came from Titan X came from PulseChain in a sense. Came from Jack Levin, or Richard Hart, Sonny with PDI, or with A1A, with Maria and the 414 with the Tropa. It's just learning and evolving and building better. And this is that we now have the foundation for something great in this ecosystem. So I'm super excited. I'm balls deep into Sonny's ecosystem, and then UFO, Alien, PTGC, Anki, 808. I mean, the reflections, they just come nonstop. You just earn from holding Alien. You just get 808, burn and liquid forever. PTGC, just for holding it. It's liquid staking. More PTGC just shows up into your wallet. Anki, you want reflections in PDI, Teddy, PTGC, and Alien? No, sorry, buying and burning of those four, but the rewards are PDI, Teddy, Atropa, and Wrap Bitcoin. That's right. That's right. So right there, just for holding Anki, you're going to get dripped. PDI, which is 168x away from pegging, and I really believe it's going to peg. All signs are there. Watch Decentralized Me's videos he's put out. If you're not a believer in the pegging or PDI to $1, whatever the hell you want to call it, go on to Twitter and go find Decentralized Me. Right here. This guy's a legend. His videos are epic. And go watch these right here. How Richard has created the market dynamics to maintain the PDI peg. He shows you right here. And the SAC funds right there is the magic. Bridges it over to PulseChain and starts buying up Pulse with it and adding it to collateralize the pools. The vote is coming up soon. So PMaker will now be the vote. The community is going to vote on it to add PulseChain as collateralization for PDI, and boom, Richard, watch this video. He shows you how Richard can just create money out of thin air, and he's got this infinite money glitch, just like Titan X, the infinite money glitch with the way this system works with hyperdeflation, with all these projects building on top. Holy shit, we just rolled over again. Damn. This is good though. I want these people out. And if you look at the Titan X Premium Hub, I think it was up to day 396 and 398. So almost, I'm saying day 400. There's a lot of unstaking that comes available, and also hundreds of billions of new inflation. Guys, that ends in like another 20 days or so, 25 days. So I've been saying all along, it's going to be December. December is when everything's going to happen, because everyone thought, oh, hyperdeflation, that's always the sell the news, the event. But luckily, I'm down to like 5 billion Titan X left. I've diversified it all into Morpheus, into Volt, into Lotus, into a shitload of Hydra miners, Element 80 NFTs out the yin yang. So I'm good with where I'm at. I now have some powder for Shogun when that comes out. And yeah, and that's pretty much it. Like I pretty much blew my load. And I hope it wasn't too early. I hope that gem doesn't come in like 2 months and I'm sitting on like a 500 million Titan X. And that was the play of the freaking cycle. But we'll be good around here. We got plan A, B, C, and D. And we didn't even talk about the utility coins, the quants, the Algorans, the Jasmys. Max's video on Jasmy just came out. It was awesome. Has me super bullish on Jasmy again. I was getting a little worried, but you just got to rewatch a Max video and you are good to go. All that hopium is right back. It's amazing how that works. The Velo, as they're about to pop off any minute now with Asia, the payments over there. Because we are on the verge now. I think we just need regulation, stablecoin regulation, legislation. We need that the Fit 21 bill that gives the blueprint for these projects to be centralized securities in a sense. And if you follow the blueprint, within 6 months, you can now be a decentralized cryptocurrency that is not a security. It's a commodity, whatever they are. They're ruled to be. The blueprint is here, and Biden vetoed it. We could already have it in place, but unfortunately, we had to wait a little bit. And who knows? It all could have worked out for the best. Now that there's most of the bad actors have been washed out, I think we're going to see a push for, it's either going to be some sort of, I know memes are here to stay, but it's like the community. I think it's almost going to be that. The community thing is everything, but I think we're going to gradually move towards communities that are backing stuff we all like, where if we like, I don't know, the New York Knicks, or you like Star Wars or whatever, they're going to have communities inside there where instead of buying the meme, somehow you'll get rewards from PlayStation. You know, when you buy the newest video game, you'll get points back or an NFT back to join a community. They're going to push people towards brands and metaverses and that stuff. So I think memes are going to be huge this cycle. But I want to see the shift towards utility. But no one knows. That's why you have to be diversified, guys. You have to you don't have to, but I recommend you have your utility coins. You have your memes. You have your PulseChain bag. You have your Titan X plays. And that way you're good to go. You can't really lose your AI bags or gaming or DPIN, whatever hot narrative you like. Pick one and have conviction in it. And that way, no matter what, you always should have a horse in the race, whether AI fades off and gaming just rips or vice versa, or XRP comes and passes Bitcoin next cycle or next year and just runs away with the market. You got to be prepared for anything. And when the masses are telling you that, oh, Bitcoin's going to $330,000 or it's going to $911,000 this cycle, when everyone's telling you that, you got to be the contrarian. Think, okay, it might not go to 150,000. If that doesn't happen, what's going to be the reason why? And the best argument I've heard is Japan and the carry trade unwinding. And us cutting rates is not good for Japan one bit. So I think that's going to be a problem. Or just look at how many banks are insolvent right now. 700 plus banks running out of insolvency right now. That's just a ticking time bomb. At any point, that could go away. And boom, the markets just roll over and collapse. But keep an eye out on the SPX. We just crossed 6,000 this past week. I cannot believe it. Earlier this year, I was thinking 6,000 was the complete top. No way we're going to get there. And now it looks like, oh yeah, 7,000. We could easily get to 7 on the SPX. So if this rolls over, guys, Bitcoin's going to roll over. We're too correlated, and it makes sense that we need to cool off a little bit. But that's all right. I think that gives alts a little room to run, and then everything's going to retrace, because we're not just going to see a pumps like this forever for the next 2 weeks straight, where every day it's up 40%, up 10%, up 30%. I don't think we're there yet at that point of the blow off top. So I think we're going to kind of see like what Propy did. Every coin's going to have this huge pump where it goes up, straight up, and then starts to come back and fizzles back down and then pops up again and then fizzles down and blow off top around March. That's what I'm playing for. So profits along the way, take them. If they're there and you were holding Propy, you got in like me at 25 cents and the thing ballooned up where you're now up 9x, take a little off the table and just put it into stable coins and just let it sit there. Because 9 out of 10 times, and you get a parabolic pump like that, you're going to get a retracement. And sure enough, it did. And it's probably going to come back. But if not, and it looks like, all right, it might start to turn back up, you can now take this, what you sold up here at the top, and buy back another 20%. Or you can buy back your bag and have some stable coins left over to put towards the next play. That's how you win in crypto. Little wins. You stack little wins, take little wins here and add them up. We can't lose. Or you do what I'm doing and get into these coins that pay you back every single day. The aliens, the UFOs, or not UFO, alien, PTGC, Anki, A1AX, Rewarder. Sonny has a whole list of 30 coins that pay rewards. PulseChain's ecosystem, VRX, is crushing it right now. My bag of there, that VRX is going nuts. I just made a new all-time high. I know it did against Pulse. Yeah, look at that. Oh, maybe not. I thought it did. I lied. But pretty much almost from way back when it launched. So all these coins are just paying me for holding them. So I don't need to stress it. I don't have to make that trade. With Element 280 on Titan X, have your NFT staked and just be earning the rewards every single day. $167 this past cycle. I'll take it. And that's at prices that are down 40, 50%. Imagine if we 2-3x in price, this will be $400 without me even taking it out. That's how you win. You let time work for you. We just went through the mint period. Right now, they're gone. You can't mint anymore. And now it's here. Now is the time to watch the dude crush. Element 369 is coming out. Utah's building a project with liquid staking. Like the stuff that's coming on top of it is, what did he call it? The not the booster pack, but the expansion pack, I think, is what he called 369. So I'm a huge fan of what the dude's doing because it's long-term thinking. I don't want to have to gamble. Oh, do I have to go here? Do I have to go over there? Is that going to be the one that pumps? Or is it this play over here? I don't know. No one knows. But if I can put my stuff in solid projects and guarantee myself passive income, guarantee myself lottery tickets with Morpheus, where I could potentially win almost 22 billion. I got my five tickets, maybe 7. I'm big balling, but nothing. I don't have a shot against Mr. 1,000 tickets, I don't think. But man, people's lives are going to get changed. I can't wait to see this. The $1.1 million in the buy and burn, 500 days long. So right now, what's 1.1 million divided by 500? What $2,000 a day? And right now it's only at 200. So that can be cranked up a lot. This can be manually adjusted. So that can stretch out a long time into the bear market. The aggregator comes on top. And now the buy and burn balance is depleting, but there's now fees being collected from the aggregator being built on top. So there's potentially another buy and burn or staking reward. I think a DAO would be the best answer for that. And say, all right, guys, we now have all these fees coming in from these aggregators, from people swapping at a better rate. Why don't we use them to burn more Morpheus? Why don't we use them to make staking rewards juicy? That's a community project right there. And that's what Morpheus is. I think the DAO is the way to go. I'm a push for it. I think Facing Reality's in for it. I don't see why Rags and the dev team wouldn't agree. Let the community decide. These are the funds. They're coming in. What do we do with them? What's the best? How do we make the best use of this money? Instead of letting, and that's the crazy thing, is that money from the aggregator was money that we're all losing right now, swapping on these cow swaps and 1inch and inside MetaMask wallet. We're all paying little fees that we don't even realize it, or you know what? It's a convenience fee. Whatever, I'll pay it. But this is a genius way to get it back and just, create more buy pressure on Morpheus, potentially juicier staking rewards, thicken the LP. There's a lot of things we could do with it. And Dragon X, the entire buy and burn is just shut off right now. It's just chilling right there. $12 million worth. Titan X, the buy and burn. How much is in there? Let's see. I know V1's empty. Or V2, I mean V1. Oh, sorry. It's only $14.2 million now. My bad. I thought it was 10 or 11. It's 14. Let's see what the Dragon X, what is now that ETH pumped up. I forgot about that. Oh, sorry. Only 13 million buy and burn. Where is it? $1.4 million. Sorry, I had him reversed. 1.4 million is still left for the buy and burn. 1.5 million. So that's just chilling right there. Guys, we have so much upside to go. X28 just came out. Now we have liquidity going multi-chain. It's just like tentacles reaching out to other chains. It's saying, boom, here's X28. Basically, here's Titan X. It's vampiring Titan X onto that blockchain with a stable coin peg of X28. It's the same price. It trades back 1-to-1 with, it should be traded 1-to-1 with Titan X. Now there's a little arb between them. So you can go and you can make a little bit of money if you're an arbor. There's like a, what is that, 5% spread right now, 8%. So go take advantage of that if you want. But I'm going to be doing Viper. That's the one right there. Shout out to Steve. We have a lot less people coming into it right now. I told you guys earlier what the plan was. Because there's less people in here. 170 in here today. But only 45 billion Dragon X. I want to see this at half of the 130 or 140 at average the first 2 days. I want to see this under 70 billion. If this stays low, we're going to have the biggest payout. Well, the highest payout proportionate with Dragon X right now. And that's what I'm looking forward to. That'll be crazy if day 3 actually gets you a bigger payout than day 1 because so many less people came and you're still fighting for the 100 million Viper. So much game theory here. Steve, the man, the Nexus wheel is now here. So every other day, the wheel switches between buying and burning Volt and then Viper and then Dragon X. Volt, Viper, Dragon X. I don't know where the Nexus wheel is. Maybe it's on the Volt site. I'm not too sure. But man, Steve, you are a legend. I don't know where the Nexus wheel image was. Maybe it's on the Dragon X site. I don't know. But Volt, 30% supply burnt. And they're still auctioning Volt off. That's crazy. So today's Volt, 3.4 million Volt, 14 people participating in it. So you could actually still, like, that's crazy. I cannot believe you could still make money off Volt. There's no way, though. There's no way. This has to get diluted because this is not 165%. You're going to get chopped up. But man, 16 million left of supply left to come out total. That's all that's left. And then Volt, 871,000 in the buy and burn. And guys, this is a lot more though. We just dumped 40%. So you gotta look. I look at the Titan X value. If you saw this, oh my God, it was over $1 million yesterday. Don't worry, it's the same amount of Titan X. So, man, what an exciting time! If Richard Hart can make that move and get in with Trump Jr., guys, we have no idea. Hex is going to over $1. Even if Richard Hart beats the SEC, where Hex is going to $1. This is looking so bullish right now. Titan X, 55,000X built into the code. And you're going to fade it? I wouldn't. You know, we mined day one. I try to tell everyone, showed everyone what we did here, what's been working, what's not. So if you got something that's better, reach out to me because I'm here to learn. I want to make as many X's as possible. So smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe right now. 354 of you in here right now. World record for Vibra Finance. Shout out all 316 of you on Twitter. What's happening with Gifford Ware? Also thoughts on eHex. I'm with Gifford Ware, bro. I'm not too sure. I really was not up to date on it. I know Pulsar. I was talking to Kool-Aid, did a stream with him about that. So I really don't know much about Gifford. I bought some early, sold it, and then that's really it. But eHex, I have more eHex, way more than pHex. I think it's going to, I hear from people that are smarter than me, for everything to work in this ecosystem, the Hex has got to be very similar in price. They need to be close to 1-to-1. If that's true, I don't know. But I heard that from multiple people that are way smarter than me. So I swapped a lot of Hex at like 6.5-to-1 ish months ago. And I'm holding my eHex. I just made a huge stake on Ethereum with eHex because I got 3 times the amount of T shares. I believe the same amount of money on PulseChain got me 4 to 5 T shares, where on ETH, I think it was 13 or so. So I'm super bullish on eHex. It's Richard's baby. He can't. Here's the thing. I just don't see Richard being able or going into interviews after defeating the SEC, having this huge momentum wave. And then the first thing he walks into, people say, man, bro, you crushed the SEC, but why is Hex's price crashed at 0? Why is Hex down 99%? I don't think he's going to set himself up for that right there. I think he's going to pump the Hexes. It's his baby. It's his first project. He's not going to let it collapse. That it takes all credibility away from PulseChain if his first baby is down in the dumps. So I don't think that is the case at all. I'm bullish as hell on both Hexes. And like I said, I held the same amount in both Hexes until it was 6.5-to-1. So at that point, I swapped out 60% of my pHex into eHex, and now I'm way over leveraged into eHex, but I don't care. I have 0 PulseChain. I'm holding all PulseX, PTGC, and Alien. I just don't see PulseChain outperforming. And right now, it's been paying off great. So certain plays, you got to just go against the herd, have conviction, and it works out. It really does. So, all right, guys, I'm out of here. David Lee says the SEC will be irrelevant on January 20th. I would love to see that. I would love to see it, bro. So appreciate all you guys that were in here. We'll be back tomorrow night with another video.